Does anybody know what that song is about? Not a soul, right? So we, Michelle and I have been working on this show since day one that we've done it. She's just been terrific. And we had a book signing with a guy named David Yaffe, who wrote a biography unauthorized biography of Joni Mitchell called Reckless Daughter. So I learned a lot. You know, my people who come to my shows, my fans, send me links to books and movies and all kinds of stuff, so I know all about Joni Mitchell now. And that song is so interesting. It has nothing to do with her life. She was eavesdropping on a Native American prostitute in a bar. She was just quickly writing down this story, like eavesdropping what this girl had to say to one of her customers. I found that very amusing. So it kind of made me like the song even more. So we are moving out of the Court and Spark area to a record called Miles of Isles, which she also did with the LA Express, the band that she recorded Court and Spark with. And these are a couple of songs that she actually played on piano. The first one's called Rainy Night House, and the second one, Woodstock, at Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, made hugely famous. But they're actually piano songs, so they're pretty cool. One more little sip. Everybody good? Michelle, you gonna hang with us? Okay. It was a rainy night. We took a taxi to your mother's home. She went to Florida and left you with your father's gun alone. Upon her small white bed, I fell into a dream. You sat up all the night and you watched me, just to see who in the world you might be to me. I am from the Sunday school. I sing soprano in the upstairs choir. You are a holy man on the FM radio. I sat up all the night and I listened to thee, just to see who in the world you might be, what you might be to me. You called me beautiful. You called your mother, she was very tan. So you packed your tent and you went to live out in Thank you. Glad you like that one.
Child of God, he was walking along the road, and I asked him, I said, where are you going? And this he told me. He said, I'm going on down to Yasgur's farm. I'm gonna join in a rock and roll band. I'm gonna camp out on the land, and I'm gonna try and get my soul free. We are stardust, we are golden, and we got to get ourselves back to the garden. Come here to lose the smog, and I feel as if I am a cog in something turning round and round and round and round. Well, maybe it is just the time of year, or maybe it's the time of man. I don't know who I am, but you know life is for learning. And we got to get ourselves back to the we were 500,000 strong, and every look there was a song and a celebration. Everybody was singing and dancing and sharing and having fun. And I dreamed that I saw the bombers, they're riding shotgun in the sky. They were turning into butterflies above our nation.
Jackson Bernstein, Mike Biseglia, Micah Burgess, and Pat Firth. You know, what a pleasure it is to have such a great band. It's like life-changing, you know? Feel so much power. So I think we've reached the point in the show where I have a little surprise. Just one little sip. So Symphony Space is a long-loved place. Oh, I forgot to tell my Leonard Nimoy story. I gotta tell the Leonard Nimoy story. I was going to do this at the beginning of every concert. We are in the Leonard Nimoy Thalia Theater, which used to be a movie theater, still is sometimes. So I knew Leonard, and I think of him so much these days, and it seemed like kismet that we decided to be in this venue. I met him a long time ago. I was either engaged or married to this wonderful viola player, Paul Coletti, and we were on this little island in St. Bart's, and there's like celebrities galore on St. Bart's. So there was Leonard Nimoy, and being who I am, who's like just not scared of anything, I just walked up to him and I said, I really think you should come to this music festival. I think you're gonna love it, so why don't you join us? And within 2 weeks, he was reciting Peter and the Wolf with the orchestra. And he was friends with everybody. And he was the nicest person, the most wonderful person, so down to earth, so kind and giving. And I actually have the honor of taking him to lunch. I wouldn't let him pay. We took him out, and I like snuck my card up. And Paul and Susan and Leonard and I, we were friends. And after an intermission break, he came up to me and he said, Hannah, I have this quotation I want to share with you that I've been thinking of the whole time that I've been dealing with Stretto Piano Festival. It just came back to me. So he said, I don't know where it came from, but it goes like this. I will give you hunger and pain and sleepless nights, also beauty and satisfaction known to few, and glimpses of the heavenly life. None of these shall you have continually, and of their comings and goings you shall not be foretold. And it's about art. It was the whisper of a god of all arts, he said. So I really feel that right now. This is one of the most challenging projects I've ever had in my life, and I'm absolutely dedicated to it. I want to continue producing these events. So I have a 501c3 now. We're raising money with the ultimate dream of creating a venue that has 2 or more pianos in it that give people a choice of key size in New York City. So people can come from all over the world and play a piano that fits them. So that's the goal. If you want to help us tonight, you will see my wonderful assistants, Julia and Turner, sitting in the lobby, and I'll go out there too. Please talk to us, get some information. We have these 3D molds of different sizes of keys that you can put your hands on top of that one of our people in our global movement donated to this festival. So thank you so much for being here and for supporting us and for being here with the music. Thank you. So the surprise is that I was talking about Symphony Space. It's really was created to help folk and traditional music and world music prosper. So I'm really thrilled that we have Everton Isidoro. He's from Brazil. I'm so happy that he's here with us. I'd like to do, since I'm going on and on like this, we've got to do the folk tune. Are you ready? No? Oh, no. Are you sure? Okay. So I picked out a traditional folk tune, which everybody knows. It's called The House of the Rising Sun. And I did a bunch of research on it to just try to understand what exactly this song is about. It seems like it was recorded the first time in 1925, but people like Alan Lomax, who's this folk scholar, say it could trace all the way back to the 16th century and what it suggests and some of the meanings and some of the interpretations it could have taken. It could be about a pub, a whorehouse, a women's jail, a dark, terrible place. And there doesn't seem to be like light at the end of the tunnel. So it's a very interesting song, I thought we should just give it a whirl. So here we go. When Michelle is ready. I messed everybody up because we had all these like different tunings and different instruments, all this Joni stuff that.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor woman. And God, I know I'm one. If I had listened to Mama, I'd be at home today. But I was young and foolish, let a rambler lead me astray. My mama, she's a tailor. She sewed these new blue jeans, and my baby, he's a gambling man down in New Orleans. Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama, tell my baby sister not to do what I have done. Shun that house in New Orleans they call the rising sun. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor woman. And God, I know I'm one. And God, I know I'm one. And God, I know I'm one.
Thank you. Thanks very much. So this is our other new song. It comes from the record Hejira. And this is that record that, I was resisting from covering anything from it because there's something about Joni's music. It just like cuts me to the core. I'm not obsessed with her. I don't want to be her. She's a composer who I admire. Like I love Beethoven or Piazzolla. She's just a composer whose music really moves me. And this hijira, which means journey, it's really, it's not a young girl. It's not a teenager or 20-something. It's just like a grown woman telling stories about her life that are not always easy. And this one's super interesting because it's like a little portrait of okay, trivia. Everybody knows who it is. Who is the actor that's talked about in Coyote? Writer, actor, writer. Who is he? What's his name? Sam Shepard. So this is like a little story about Sam Shepard. You get the perfume, whoever answered that question. Just see us afterwards and tell me Sam Shepard, and I'll give you some perfume. Yeah, this is a super interesting story about them meeting in the prairie and what they did together and what they didn't do together. You ready? No regrets, Coyote. We just come from such different sets of circumstance. You're up all night in the studio and you're out early on your ranch. You be brushing out a brood male's tail while the sun is ascending, and I'll just be getting home with my reel-to-reel. There's no comprehending just how close to the bone and the skin and the eyes and the lips you can get, and still feel so alone and still feel related, like stations in some relay. You're not a hit-and-run driver, no, racing away. You just picked up a hitcher, a prisoner of the white lines of the freeway. We saw a farmhouse burning down in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night. We rolled right past that tragedy till we saw some roadhouse lights where a local band was playing. Locals were up kicking and shaking on the floor. Next thing I know, that coyote's at my door. He pins me in a corner and he won't take no. He drags me out on the dance floor and then we're dancing close and slow. Now he's got a woman at home. He's got another woman down the hall, but he seems to want me anyway. Why'd you have to get so drunk and lead me on that way? You just picked up a hitcher, a prisoner on the white lines on the freeway. I looked a coyote right in the face on the road to Baljenny near my old hometown. He went running through the whisker weed, chasing some prize down, and a hawk was playing with him. Coyote was jumping straight up and making passes. He's got eyes like yours under your dark glasses, privately probing the public rooms, peeking through keyholes in numbered doors where the players lick their wounds and take their temporary lovers with their pills and their powers to keep them from this passion play. No regrets, Coyote, I just get off up a ways. You just picked up a hitcher, a prisoner of the white lines on the freeway. Coyote's in the coffee shop. He's staring a hole in his scrambled eggs. He picks up my scent on his fingers while he's watching the waitress's legs. He's too far from the Bay of Fundy, from Appaloosas and Eagles and tights, and the air-conditioned cubicles and the carbon ripper rides are spelling it out so clear. Either he's gonna have to stand up and fight or take off out of here. Tried to run away myself, to run away and wrestle with my great big ego.
but with this flame. You put her in this Eskimo, in this hitcher, in this prisoner of the fine white lines, on the white lines, on the freeway. Everton Isidoro. Give him a round of applause. All right, well, we're winding down now. I'll make my last comments about the concerts, and we're going to sing a couple more songs for you. So on Saturday, we have a 7-year-old girl who has already won 3 competitions and played at Carnegie Hall. She's playing her first ever piano recital here on my piano. I'm so excited. She's playing Bach and Haydn and Grieg and Chopin, and she's absolutely wonderful and adorable. There'll be a lot of kids before her, but she's going on at 2 o'clock, and yeah, that will be a treat. And then the great David Amram will have a classical meets jazz concert where we have his piano sonata, beautiful song, a beautiful piece called The Wind and the Rain with viola, and the Greenwich Village Portraits is part 1, and then he gets on the stage with his jazz band and sings everything from a song he wrote with Jack Kerouac, Pull My Daisy, to songs that he wrote that are related to the film scores that he made for Splendor in the Grass. He's an absolute marvel. So we have our youngest and our oldest concert artists on Saturday. On Sunday, we have something like, 11 women. They're all women. There's one guy on the stage, and there's lots of new music, Stefania DeKennessy, Gubaidulina, and also Brahms and Rachmaninoff. That will be a really juicy concert full of women players, some of whom are traveling from Chicago and Boston because they do not have pianos like this and they really want to play them. And then our final night is all guys. That will be, it's a cool night. It starts out with like 45 minutes of Thelonious Monk that Jed Disler's playing. It's a classical meets jazz. And then Steve Sandberg and Zach Brock, who's like a violinist for Snarky Puppy, great player. They improvise on world and classical and jazz. They are remarkable. And the last participant is Eric Clark, who will be playing one of the most difficult pieces in the piano repertoire, Islami, by the Russian Balakirev, and 2 beautiful Chopin showpieces. So there's lots of music. Please buy tickets if you'd like to come again. If you're a pop person, come to my shows. Get on my mailing list and say hello to me. I'm delighted to see you all here, and thank you again for being with us. Rows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel as every every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave them laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. But now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads and they tell me that I've changed. Oh yes, I have. Something's lost and something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. I've looked at life from both sides now, from up and down, give and take, win and lose, but still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know what life's about at all. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise and they put up a parking lot. They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum. Now they charge the people $1.50 just to see them. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise and they put up a parking lot. Hey farmer, farmer, put away that DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, but leave me the birds and the bees. Please don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise and they put up a parking lot. Late last night, I heard that screen door slam, and a big yellow tractor pushed around my house, pushed around my land. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise and they put up a parking lot. Late last night, I heard the screen door slam again, and a big yellow taxi took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise and they put up a parking lot. They paved paradise and they put up the parking lot. They paved paradise and they put up those parking lots. They put up a parking lot. They put up a parking lot.
Pat Firth, Micah Burgess, Mike Viseglia, Michelle Temple, Jackson Bernstein, Rebecca Haviland, Kirsten Ballard, and Everton, who's not here. But thank you, everybody. And if you want to come and join me and my friends afterwards, I'm going to go to a place called Busea 95 on 95th Street between Amsterdam and Broadway at some point in the next hour or half hour or whatever. So come and say hello at our merch table and ask us more about Stretto pianos. We hope to see you at more concerts soon. Bye-bye.